Hello, and a very warm welcome to the deep dive. It is just wonderful to have you with us today.
Yeah, it is really great to be here. Usually on a deep dive, we take, a huge stack of articles or research papers,
Right.
and we try to understand a really complex topic, like history or maybe technology.
But today, we are doing something a little bit different. We are turning the focus onto the tool we are using right now.
The English language itself.
Exactly, the English language. Our mission today is to really deep dive into English vocabulary.
That is right. We have looked through a really fascinating stack of sources for this. We have movie scripts from big Hollywood films, language learning guides.
And even some practical travel handbooks.
Yes. And we are hunting for specific nuggets of knowledge.
We're looking for those special words that help you move from sounding like a textbook to sounding like a natural English speaker.
And to do that, we are focusing on phrasal verbs.
Oh, phrasal verbs.
Yeah, they're those little two-word combinations that can be really tricky for learners.
They are small, but I mean, they are powerful. If you are at an intermediate level, maybe around A2 or B1, these are the words that will help you unlock the next level of fluency.
Absolutely. And we really want this to be an active session. We do not want you to just listen passively.
Right. Do not just sit back.
Exactly. One of our sources, actually, it's a guide on the intermediate plateau, mentions that language is a muscle.
I love that idea. The language muscle.
Yeah.
You have to exercise it.
You do.
Yeah.
So here is our instruction to you, the listener. As we go through these words today, do not just nod your head. We want you to stop and really think.
Ask yourself, how would you use this word?
Yes. In fact, we want you to write your own example sentences in the comments section.
Writing it down really helps you remember it. It makes the learning stick.
Totally. So are you ready to jump in? We have 5 specific words to cover today.
Let's get started. The first word on our list is get away.
Get away. That is get and away.
On the surface, this looks very simple, but based on our source material from Inglex, the meaning is quite specific. Right.
To get away means to escape. It can mean to flee from a dangerous situation or simply to leave a place.
It is about movement. It implies creating distance between you and something else.
Exactly.
And we have a very dramatic example of this from the movie National Treasure.
Oh, have you seen that movie?
I have.
It is a great adventure film about hunting for treasure.
It is very exciting, yeah. There is a scene where the bad guy, a character named Ian, is threatening the main character.
The stakes are very high.
Very high. He says something quite intense. Listen to this quote from the script. He says, "If you break our deal, the FBI will be behind you. You might get away, you might not."
Wow, that is a powerful line. You might get away.
He's saying you might escape the police. You might run away successfully.
Right. Notice he didn't use the word escape. He used get away.
Escape sounds a bit formal.
Yeah, maybe a bit stiff. Get away feels much more active. It feels like a chase.
Exactly. It implies that someone is behind you, trying to catch you. But
We do not always use this for police and criminals, do we? I certainly hope not.
right.
In everyday life, we use it in a much lighter way.
For example, imagine a thief steals a bag in a market.
Okay.
You could say the thief tried to get away from the police. That is the escape meaning.
But here's where it gets really interesting for our listeners. We also use getaway when we talk about travel or vacations.
Yes, this is probably the most common way you will actually hear it.
For sure. In this context, you are not escaping the police.
No.
You are escaping your routine. You are escaping the stress of daily life.
I think we all need that sometimes.
Tell me about it.
For instance, if I have been working really hard and I am tired, I might say, I've been working too hard. I need to get away for a few days.
In that sentence, getaway just means to go on a holiday,
Right.
to leave your house and go somewhere relaxing.
Let's try a little dialogue to show how this sounds in a real, natural conversation. Let's pretend we are friends and we are talking about how stressful work is.
Okay. I will be the supportive friend.
Perfect. Phew, work is just so stressful this week. I am completely exhausted.
You look tired. You should take a break. Why don't you get away to the mountains for the weekend?
That sounds perfect. I really need to clear my head.
See? It is very natural. Why don't you get away?
It sounds much better than saying, why don't you escape to the mountains?
Escape sounds like you're running away from a fire.
Yeah, get away sounds like you were going to a spa. Or a nice cabin.
So that is our first word, get away.
Now, listeners, it is your turn. We want you to think about a place you love. Is there a place you dream of visiting?
Write a sentence in the comments about a place you would like to get away to.
Maybe the beach. Or the countryside.
or totally different city. We
Yeah.
want to know where you want to get away to.
Okay, moving on to our second word. This one is a little different.
It is.
We actually had a request for a similar word, but looking at our source list, we found one that fits perfectly with the theme of relationships.
Yes.
The word is fall for.
Fall for. This is a great phrasal verb.
Now be careful. This does not mean falling down on the ground.
No, it is not physical at all. According to our source, fall for means to fall in love with someone.
Or to be very attracted to someone.
Right. It is all about romance.
It is. We have a very interesting example from our source list. It is a bit of a sad sentence, actually.
How does it?
It says, I have an uncanny ability to fall for the wrong person.
Oh. Uncanny means strange or mysterious. So this person is saying they mysteriously always love the wrong people.
Exactly. But let's look at the mechanics of the phrase. Why do we say fall?
That is a really good question. Think about gravity. When you fall, you don't really control it. It just happens to you.
That is a beautiful way to put it. You don't walk into love.
No.
You don't run into love, you fall.
It suggests that the emotion is stronger than you are.
So, if you see two people meeting for the first time and they have instant chemistry, you might say, he is going to fall for her as soon as they meet.
It implies a process. You don't just love them immediately, you fall for them. It is the start of the romance.
Right. And it is not just for movies. In real life, you can say, it is easy to fall for someone who is kind and funny.
That is very true. Kindness is very attractive.
Now, does this only apply to people? Can I fall for a new car? Or a house?
Not really.
No.
You wouldn't say, I fell for that Ferrari. You would just say, I fell in love with it. Fall for is almost exclusively for people in the romantic sense.
Unless we're talking about a trick.
Ah, yes. That is the other meaning. If you fall for a scam or a lie, it means you believed it.
You were tricked.
Yes.
Like he told me he was a prince and I fell for it.
Exactly. But today, based on our source material, let's focus on the romantic meaning.
The happy meaning.
The happy meaning. Let's try a dialogue. Let's pretend we are gossiping about a friend of ours who has a new crush.
Oh, okay. I love a bit of gossip.
Ready? Did you see the way he looks at her? He cannot take his eyes off her.
Yes. I think he is going to fall for her completely.
It is a great way to predict a relationship. He's going to fall for her.
It sounds very natural. Much better than saying, he is going to commence loving her.
Definitely. So that is word number 2. Fall for.
Now, listeners, we want to hear from you. Write a sentence using fall for in the comments.
Maybe about a favorite movie character.
Or maybe a celebrity you used to like when you were younger. Who did you fall for?
All right, let's unpack word number 3.
This one is very practical. If you travel or go to the doctor or deal with any kind of bureaucracy, you really need this word.
You do. The word is fill in.
Fill in. This is defined in our source from the movie The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes. It means to complete a form or a document by writing information in the empty spaces.
Empty spaces, you mean the blanks.
Exactly. You know when you see a piece of paper asking for your name, address, and email?
Yeah.
Those empty boxes are waiting for your information. You need to fill them in.
The quote from Hitchhiker's Guide is quite polite. It says, if you would fill that form in for me and return it as soon as possible.
That is very formal.
It is.
But we also found a connection in the Traveler's Handbook source. It talks about a stressful situation, what to do if you lose your passport.
Oh, that is a nightmare scenario.
It really is. The source says that if you lose your documents, you must fill in a statement for the police.
That is a really important context. You cannot just say, write a statement.
Right.
Because usually the police will give you a specific piece of paper with boxes. You have to fill in that specific form.
Precisely. And for students listening, you might hear this in a classroom too.
Oh, true.
A teacher might say, please fill in the blanks with the correct answers.
So write is too general. Fill in implies there's a specific space waiting for your words.
Sometimes you might hear people say fill out, like fill out the form.
That is true. Fill out is very common in American English. Fill in is perhaps a little more common in British English.
But they mean the exact same thing. You can use either one.
Let's try a dialogue. Imagine we are at a doctor's office.
There was always a lot of paperwork at the doctor.
Always. Okay, I will be the patient. Hello, I am here for my appointment.
Okay, please take this clipboard and fill in this form with your name and address.
Do I have to fill in everything?
Yes, please fill in every section.
I feel like I have had that exact conversation 100 times.
Same here. Please fill in this form.
It is just one of those phrases you will hear everywhere in official situations.
So listeners, practice this one.
Hmm.
In the comments, tell us about a form you had to fill in recently.
Was it a visa application? A job application?
Or maybe just a registration form for a gym. It is really good to practice with real-life examples.
All right, let's move to the fourth word. This one is a little bit more abstract, but very useful for describing life situations.
The word is get by.
Get by. This is a really interesting phrasal verb. Our source defines it as to survive, to cope, or to manage.
And usually it implies you're managing with limited resources.
Yes.
It's like not enough money or not enough knowledge.
Exactly. It suggests you have just enough to survive, but not more. You are not thriving, you are not rich, but you are okay.
We have a very powerful example of this from the movie The Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh, that is such a moving film.
It is. In the movie, the main character is struggling with money. He is trying to sell these medical scanners just to pay his rent.
Right.
He says, if I sell all the scanners, maybe we might get by.
Maybe we might get by, so he means maybe we will have enough money to pay the bills.
Yes.
Maybe we will survive.
Exactly. But let's connect this to the bigger picture for our listeners.
Yeah.
We found a source on a Reddit thread about language learning.
Oh, I remember that one. That is very relevant to our listeners.
A student was talking about learning French.
Right.
The student said, my French isn't perfect, but I can get by in everyday conversations.
That is such a great goal for learners. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to be able to get by.
And what does that look like? It means you can order food, you can ask for directions.
You can understand the answer.
Yes. You are not writing poetry, but you are surviving.
It really takes the pressure off. You do not need to be fluent immediately. Just getting by is a huge achievement.
Let's use that in a dialogue. Let's talk about language skills. Imagine you were going on a trip.
Okay. Ask me about my Spanish.
Do you speak enough Spanish for your trip to Madrid?
I only know a few words, but I think I can get by.
That is the perfect answer. It shows confidence, but you are admitting you aren't an expert.
We can also use it for money, right? Like, I don't have much money until payday, but I will get by.
Yes, that is very common. It means you will survive until you get paid. You might have to eat simple food, but you will make it.
So for our listeners, I want to challenge you. Use get by in a sentence.
Maybe tell us about your English skills. Can you get by in an English-speaking country?
Or maybe discuss budgeting. It is a very versatile word.
Okay, we are down to our final word.
Word number 5 is stick to.
Stick to,
Yeah.
like glue.
This one is great for goals and habits. The definition from our source is to keep doing something, to persist, to continue, or not to deviate from a plan.
It sounds like you are gluing yourself to your plan. You are not letting go.
We have a source example that says, I try to stick to a nutrition and workout schedule.
That is difficult to do.
Tell me about it. It is so hard to stick to a diet when there's pizza around.
But this connects perfectly to our source about the B1 plateau.
Oh, right.
You know that feeling when you stop improving in a language?
Yes, the intermediate plateau. It is very frustrating. You feel like you are studying, but you aren't getting any better.
The advice in the source is that you need to stick to your language learning goals, even when it feels hard.
Because if you start, you lose the progress.
Exactly. So stick to implies discipline. It's about not quitting, like saying we should stick to the plan.
We also use this when we are arguing or discussing something. Please stick to the point.
Right. Do not change the subject. Stay on the topic. Stick to it.
Let's do a dialogue about that struggle with a diet. I think everyone can relate to that.
Okay. I will be the one struggling. I am very hungry.
Okay, go ahead.
I really want a burger, but I am on a diet.
You can do it. You need to stick to your healthy eating plan.
You are a tough friend.
I try.
But you are right. Sometimes we need a friend to help us stick to our goals.
Because if you don't stick to it, you won't see results.
Absolutely. So listeners, what are you trying to stick to?
Is it a study schedule? A gym routine?
Or a budget? Write it in the comments. It is a great way to make a public commitment.
Wow, we have covered a lot of ground today. We have looked at 5 very powerful phrasal verbs.
We really have.
Let's do a quick recap to make sure we remember them all.
Good idea. Let's go through them one more time.
First, we had get away.
Which means to escape or flee, but also to go on a vacation. Like, I need to get away for the weekend.
Then we had fall for.
To start to love someone or be attracted to them, he is going to fall for her.
Then fill in.
To complete a form or document by writing in the spaces. Please fill in this form.
Next was get by.
To survive or manage with what you have. My English isn't perfect, but I can get by.
And finally, stick to.
To continue with a plan or habit, even when it is difficult, you need to stick to your goals.
These 5 words, get away, fall for, fill in, get by, stick to, they seem simple,
Yeah.
but using them correctly really changes how you sound.
It does. It moves you away from sounding like a textbook and helps you sound like a native speaker.
Our source material mentions that moving from B1 to B2, that intermediate to upper intermediate jump, requires a wider vocabulary.
These phrases are the bridge to get you there.
Exactly. And remember what we said at the start. One of our sources, the B1 Plateau article, mentioned that language is a muscle.
Yes, if you do not use it, it will not grow.
It won't get strong.
You need to exercise that muscle.
So please take a moment right now, choose just one word from today,
Just one.
and write a sentence in the comments.
Writing really helps your memory. It makes the learning stick.
Oh, I see what you did there. Stick to the learning.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into English phrasal verbs. We hope you feel a little more confident today.
Good luck with your English. Keep practicing, keep listening, and we will see you next time.